There seems to be a lot of consensus around the fact that scaling laws still dominate to this day. But the point is that we don't really know yet. But do we actually care? Well, what's for sure is that the big players are not waiting around and see. Instead, they are picking side, and they are doing that by owning the game, from silicon to software. They are vertically integrating. In fact, vertical integration is becoming not only smart but necessary. It's becoming more and more clear that you cannot separate the model from the infrastructure. The team has to work on both. You can't have different teams for the model and infrastructure because it's so complex to work on the infrastructure. That is why the team has to be a unified team that works on both model and data centers. To do that, you have to verticalize, and hyperscalers are actually doing that. And yes, they are doing that to control the performance, but also to internalize the margins. If you want to know more about this, click on this video. But the important, but it's getting again more and more clear that if you want to own your margins, you really have to own your infrastructure. You have to own your compute. And we have seen this $800 billion question, the biggest capital wave in the history of tech. Again, this number is nuts. Zuck with Meta fully owns his data centers. Google as well, and they also have probably the best distribution channel. The partnership AWS and Anthropic is already changing, with the AWS moving vertically with the Trainium its own chip and Nova its own foundational model, and over 100 billion to back up this bet. The only one that is not doing that is actually OpenAI. In fact, OpenAI is still relying on Microsoft, but this pairing will eventually face structural limitation unless they unify data center and model development.